Life Healthcare, which was previously known as Afrox Health, it spun out of Afrox and relisted on the JSE in 2010, June. They have recently acquired stakes in hospital groups in India and Poland and just done a big acquisition in the UK. It has a market cap of 37 billion rand, a PE ratio of 18 and a dividend yield of 4.66%. So they just did a big rights issue, bought that company Alliance in the UK. So now they're in the UK, Poland, India, South Africa. Quite an interesting mix.
Yeah. Look, I think we have to be a little bit careful on the UK. I think a lot of analysis leading up to the election just over a week ago was confidently predicting that Theresa May would come in with a greatly enhanced majority and that the pound would start strengthening. Well, neither events have happened. The pound has weakened and you've got a situation now where you haven't even got a government in place. So that could be problematic for some of these companies that got this big exposure to the UK. So I'm a little bit concerned about this one. Poland and India, okay, relatively small over time. I think they could be nice contributors. Locally, I think you're probably going to find that of all the big healthcare groups that are being squeezed by Discovery, this one is probably in the pincers to a greater extent than most.
But what is it about the UK with these hospital groups? I mean, Mediclinic, Netcare and Life Healthcare all have big exposure to it. It's probably one of the most highly scrutinized, regulated, emotionally charged healthcare environments in the UK.
Yes.
Why are our companies so interested in investing there?
Over many decades now, different governments in the UK have been gradually dismantling elements of the NHS. The NHS is a horrible bureaucracy. It really is. It's got so many how can I call them, layers that are
and inefficiencies.
They're terribly inefficient, and it's been found that it's easier and better and more efficient to actually outsource a lot of the day-to-day functioning of the NHS to these private hospitals, and they do very, very well out of it. I mentioned the election. I think there's a swing happening, a change happening. People are sick and tired of austerity, and they're sick and tired of governments tampering with their beloved NHS, which has been around since the late 1940s. So I think what you could see now is a bit of a paradigm shift here, a move away, and people say, no, we've actually got to get the NHS back onto a proper footing. The Tories, had they got in with a big landslide, would have carried on cutting away and privatising a lot more. I think it's probably bad news for a lot of these companies in the UK.
So we've gotten on a bit of a tangent.
Yeah, I think so.
Lifecare, how hot or not?
I'm not hot on Lifecare. Life Healthcare, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to agree with you. You are our UK expert, and they've just put about 15 billion rand into that business, or into that country. So a bit of a risk there, and probably not the best of timing, especially in terms of currencies as well.